Yeah.
So, yeah, welcome back, everyone. It's great to have you here with me tonight on a Friday. I'm joined by old Mike tonight, or Mike. Um, Now, I'm not being rude. He does genuinely like to be called old Mike, and that's what he's known as on his YouTube channel,
Uh,
which he started incredibly in his 80s and had massive success. He went on to, in the last year or just over, if I'm right, Mike, over 30,000 subscribers, and he's
yeah,
doing incredibly well. So
yeah. I checked.
welcome.
Thank you. I checked today. 33,500 as of today. So.
That's incredible. So, what made you start a YouTube channel, especially at your age, when most people wouldn't even dare do such a thing? I imagine.
Well, I have since I was in my 30s. I've been writing 10-year plans, decade plans. And when I was 70, I had a really good one that I worked on. When I turned 80, though, I mean, when you're looking at 90, it's a little different making a decade plan when you're 80, right? So I was struggling on my 80th birthday a little bit. And I sat down and I was trying to figure out what am I going to do for the next 10 years. I've been on watching YouTube. I had a channel from my church ministry, but it's only got my sermons on it. And all of a sudden, my son had mentioned it, and a couple of family members, and kind of looked at it, and all of a sudden, I said, "You know what? I think I'm going to give this a try." And that's kind of what I did. So no real great inspiration, but didn't know where it was going to go.
What was your idea around the channel when you started? Did you have a particular
Yeah,
niche or?
yeah, absolutely. So I've lived by my motto, which is on my channel, is if you ain't dead, you ain't done. Okay, I got that 35 years ago from a friend of mine. It's been sort of my theme in my life. And when I was working out my 10-year plan in my journal, I wrote that over a couple of times, and I had YouTube under it, and I said, "Well, that's it. I'm going to do a YouTube channel on if you ain't dead, you ain't done." A couple of days later, my wife and I are driving down to the beach in our car, and there's a song that came on by Keb Mo. He's a blues guy out here in L.A., and it was a song, "Old Me Better." When I heard the
Okay.
song, I said, "That's it, old me living better." So the idea came from Keb Mo's song, and from my theme, and from there, over the next week or so, I started planning the channel, and all of that sort of came together.
Wow. So how did you go about it to start with then? What was the first thing you did? Were you always a YouTuber in a sense that you enjoyed the platform anyway? Were you always into technology, or was it something you had to learn from scratch?
Some things I had to learn from scratch, but not so much the basic technology. I was managing community for CompuServe back in '82, so I've been around the internet and community. I worked for CompuServe, AOL, and Netscape, managing community for them. My PR firm did that, and so you know. I took 3 months to plan my channel. It took longer than I probably needed to do, but during that first month, I simply watched probably 1,000 different YouTube videos on how to do YouTube, man. Oh my word. And the second month, I pretty much spent idea generation, and by the time I launched the channel, I had over 100 topics that I could write on, or not write on, but speak on. Since I've been working with seniors for 30 years, my original target was the people in their fourth quarter of their life, seniors. But only about half of my subscribers are seniors. The other half are Gen X, Gen Y. And so the channel has an appeal to 55 plus, but it also has an appeal to those that are 30 and 30 to 55. But
Yeah.
my original intent was to make it just for older people, seniors, and but it ended up being a lot broader than that.
Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, I enjoy watching your channel, and I think a lot of people my age or even younger would get a lot of benefit from doing so. There's kind of I guess it's an allure of someone your age who's done something that so many people my age and younger have struggled to do, you know, build a massive following on YouTube. And it just really it inspires us that anything's possible at any age. And it really breaks down that misconception that as you get older, you start to slow down and you stop doing new things. You know, that the old stereotypes that are really just
Yeah.
nonsense. You are like the living embodiment of that not being true. So it's
Hey,
pretty
well,
cool. I have to admit.
you should have met my friend Selma Gates. She lived to be 111. She stopped driving when she was 105. And I used to meet with her once every couple of weeks. She was a real inspiration. She never got married, never had kids, never drank, never smoked. And she attributed that to long life. And so I
Yeah.
failed on on several of those points. But she was an inspiration to me because she was doing things and creating things when she was over 100 years old. I mean, age is relative. I have friends that are 90 that look 60, and I have people friends that are 60 look 90. So I don't know whether it's genetics or what, but I do know. That's why I love my theme. If you ain't dead, you ain't done. And I'm not dead, and neither are you, Jay. So we're not done.
No, no, we're not done. You know, that is such an amazing motto, and I'm fairly confident I'm going to keep that with me for the rest of my life because you're an inspiration and you know proof that it's never too late to do anything that you want to do. So I'm curious when you started your channel, you must have had some ideas in your head of how it might have gone. You know you might have had some you know expectations like we all do. For me, my first video got 0 views, so obviously done well there. What was the reception like for you when you first started your channel, and how did it go? Did it meet or it beat your expectations?
Well, I started sort of as a hobby. I was hoping maybe it'd get monetized someday at some point, and I think one of the things I set the expectations low. I set the bar really low, and so if you set it low and you go high, I mean that's pretty good. If it
Yeah,
doesn't turn out, you're not disappointed. So I set the bar pretty low. My first three videos got about 7,000 views. My fourth video was the video that ended up being a viral video, which really propelled the channel. But and I never expected that to happen, of course. But no, my expectations were low, and but I when I my very first video I did was "If you ain't dead, you ain't done." That was on the thumbnail. No, I think on the thumbnail was "Living to be 80." I don't remember, but anyway, that was a theme of it, and I featured Selma Gates in that video. And right now, it's got 7 or 8,000 views a year later, which is pretty good. And but I love that video. That was my first video. The sound was terrible, camera was terrible. I wasn't looking. I was using my iPhone, so you got to look at the camera. I wasn't doing that. All the things your first videos are.
yeah.
But I pushed the button and I created, I started. And
You've done
I'm
more
trying
than
to
what
do it.
many people do.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a video now on creating versus consuming. We spend so much time consuming and not creating, and we can get bogged down in that. The only times I get really discouraged or disappointed or whatever is when I'm overwhelmed with consuming content and never creating. The real power is in baking the cake rather than endlessly reading over the recipe. You got to hit the button and go.
Absolutely, yeah. Do you ever find it difficult to come up with ideas? Because you said you had 100 ideas before you even started your channel, which is a lot more than what a lot of people have.
Well, if you've seen some of my videos, you know that I'm a big guy on my journal. I'm journaling all the time. And then
Right.
secondly, I use my voice recorder. I probably dictate 25 or I've matter of fact, in the last 2 days, I've dictated three different videos just into this almost in the middle of the night. I'll go to bed and something pops into my brain and I turn this on and I ramble into it. And uh, no, I have an endless resource of ideas, but at 80 years, 81 now, my brain isn't that good. My memory's not that good. So if I don't get it recorded or written down, it's gone, you know, and some of your best ideas, you lose them if you don't get them down.
Mike, it isn't just you. I'm 35 and I have the same problem. The other day, I was actually out on a run. I was out on a run, which is something I do once a week, and I had to stop midway through the run, take my phone out, and start writing down ideas because suddenly the ideas came to me for a video, and I knew based on past experience that if I didn't write it down at that moment,
Ah,
by the
good
time
for
I got
you.
back,
No,
yeah, by the time I got back,
absolutely.
I'd have forgotten about it.
Yeah. No, that's the
It's,
if you're gonna be a YouTube creator, unless you're following trends and you know, you use TubeBuddy and vidIQ to follow trends and all, I've never done that and never particularly liked doing that. So I'd rather have stuff come up out of my own brain, my own world. When content comes out of my own world, even though it's not part of a trend, I feel better about it rather than chasing trends. I'm just trying to mind my own experience, and that seems to resonate, for at least for my viewers, better.
yeah, that's a great way of doing it because then all the content is your own as well. I'm conscious I've got a few questions in the audience. I was planning on speaking to Mike to start with, and I've got a load of questions I want to ask him. I'm conscious of his time, but I will jump back and forth between the comments as and when I can. I've got a couple of
Okay.
questions here now, which I'm just going to jump to
Okay.
quickly. So
Yeah.
we've got a question here. How does the algorithm decide how many impressions a video will get when it's released? Is it the video topic? Do you have any insight on that, Mike?
Now, you know, the logarithm remains a mystery to me. I do know the basics of how it works. You know, it sends out your video to a certain number of people, and they either like it or don't like it. Right now, it appears that the logarithm is favoring engagement stats. So if people watch your video for a longer period of time, that seems to be ranking high in the logarithm. But let's see, how
Absolutely
does
right.
the lawyer decide how many impressions of it? Well, the algorithm doesn't, it looks at the topic, it looks at your description, you know, that's why I do when I upload a video, I let it sit there for at least a couple of hours to marinate in the system before I hit the button to release it. It's got to finish, uploading to HD and all that stuff anyway. But no, you know, if anybody can solve the logarithm mystery, I'd love to hear it myself. I don't know. What about you, Jay?
Absolutely.
What do you think?
Well, you've hit the nail on the head there with what you said. Excuse me. Obviously, YouTube knows what your video is about because it scans it, it knows the transcript, even if you don't upload the subtitles with the video.
Yeah,
And there's some keywords SEO optimization you can do in a description and title, but it's not quite as relevant as it used to be. For the most part, is when it tests your video with your subscribers, it reacts and gauges how well your video does
yeah.
with those people. If those people click on the video, if they keep watching the video, then it will say, okay, he's made a pretty good video here, he or she, and it'll push it out past your small group to a slightly wider audience, and it will keep doing that in ever increasing circles, to my understanding. And it will keep doing that until the watch time considerably drops and the average view duration drops with it, or the click through rate plummets. Um, and the more videos you upload of the same topic, there or thereabouts within the
Yeah.
niche, YouTube then learns how or who to send your videos to in the initial testing phases. So that's really how it goes,
So
based on my understanding. And we've got Ty in the audience as well.
yeah.
He'd probably be able to give a better explanation than I did. So
So there are no hacks to this, but there is one thing that can make a world of difference, and it's the number of shares your videos get. I think I've got, I don't know, I forgot what the count is right now, 15 to 17,000 shares. My videos have been shared to other people. I mean, that's word of mouth marketing. And I don't
yeah,
ask
yeah,
people to share. Every once in a while, I put something on the screen, but very seldom. So if you can create compelling videos, the way to circumvent the algorithm is when people share it with somebody else, chances are they're sharing it because they think that person will like the topic. So there'll be somebody that would be interested in your channel. And then those people
Absolutely.
come apart from the algorithm.
Well, yeah, because obviously the engagement is another metric that YouTube will use to
Yes.
judge how good your video is and if
Yeah.
people are enjoying it. And not only that, when you share the video, you're bringing people onto the platform, which YouTube
Yes.
loves because its
Yep.
main purpose is to keep people on the platform and serve them ads, which is
Yeah.
how they make their revenue. So
Yeah.
that engagement is gold as well. So I hope that answers the question. Like I said, I have got a few to get through, and also
Okay.
I've got a load that I want to ask Mike.
Okay. We'll go faster.
So yeah, but it's a really good question, and it's a topic that I find fascinating. And
Yeah.
teaching people how to get their video in front of more people with more
Yeah.
impressions is a real key part of my strategy. That, without sounding big-headed, it seems to be working.
Yeah.
So it's a great question. Thank you so much, Mike. I want to go back to the questions I had for you for now, and then I'll
Yeah.
get back to the audience in a little while, if that's okay. Um, you had a viral video after, was it 3 or 4 uploads?
So I did the video on how to start a YouTube. I started a YouTube channel at 80, or how to start a YouTube channel at 80. So I published that 3 weeks into my channel, but it sat around for almost a month and got
Really?
very little views. I mean,
What was the early engagement like on that video?
it was maybe 100, 200, which a lot of people would say that's a lot. It's got, 450,000 now, but no,
Wow.
it laid around for almost a month, and I've never quite figured out what triggered it going viral. I had some other fairly successful videos, but nothing like that one. And I even did a video on that. You can't make a video go viral, but you can create a viral video. Kind of a play on words. But no, it just no, it's still a mystery to me.
Well, I think it must have really resonated with people, and it must have had a high amount of intrigue there, because a lot of people wouldn't think that starting a YouTube channel in 80, it's not really a video you see that often, is it? Or how to start a YouTube
No,
channel in your 80s.
no, but I've met a lot of people now since I've been on for a while, like Ruth Bader Wright. She's 91 and started at 90 and has got 70,000 subscribers. So there's a lot of us around that have done this, but maybe nobody actually sat down and did a video like that video. And once it took off, the comments I got in the video were pretty heartwarming, from people in their 20s and 30s who said, "Man, I thought I was too old and over the hill at 30. If you can do it at 80, I guess I can do it." So I got tons of go watch the video and read through the comments. They're a hoot, because all these people that are 50 and 60 and think they're all washed up. I don't know what's going on in society. Everybody thinks they're washed up at 50 and 60.
Yeah, I know. I mean, even people I know in my life in England, in their late 50s, they're starting to slow down, and they'll say things like, "Oh no, not at my age." And I'm thinking, well, you don't know people like Mike, you know. And YouTube's been an amazing. It's an amazing journey of discovery for meeting all
Yes.
these different inspirational people all the way around the world that really just reframe how you think about certain things. Has,
Yes.
has YouTube had been has YouTube had that impact on you as well?
Yeah, as I look back on my life, I've gone through lots of different seasons where I sort of evolve or grow through grow through things. I mean, this is one of those times that was ideal for me. It was the right time for me to get on YouTube. And over this last year, I've grown a lot, learned a lot. The people I have met, people like you and subscribers and whatever. But no, it's inspired me. You know, I didn't know whether I was going to be able to do it at 80 anyway. But so it's inspired me to keep going and encouraging people. So people say, well, YouTube changed my life. I'm not sure I'd say it changed my life, but it certainly added a dimension to my life that I absolutely love now. I love doing YouTube. And if you don't love doing YouTube, then don't do it. You have to love it. You have to love your audience, and you have to love what you're doing. Otherwise, don't do it. Go just do gardening or something, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, I absolutely love it. And to say, has it changed my life? Well, I think it probably has because, I've got friends now that I didn't have before who I speak with every single day. Some of them are watching tonight. I mean, Tracy, who was on my podcast right at the beginning, me and her, we're in touch with each other now, fairly regularly. There's Joseph, there's loads of people that I've met. So just that alone has been an enriching aspect of YouTube, all the skills that we learn as creators. There's so many different layers to this thing that I never ever thought possible or even contemplated.
It's pretty exciting to think that one day you have your circle of friends and acquaintances that live in a certain area, and all of a sudden you get on YouTube, you got friends in South Africa, you got friends in Pakistan, China, India, I don't know about China, but India, wherever. I mean, they're from all over the world, you know?
Yeah, it's incredible. It really is. And there's a lot of people in the audience tonight that are regular viewers of my channel, which I'm really grateful for. And sometimes I wonder because as my channel's growing, which obviously I'm grateful for, it's becoming like I know my audience slightly less than I used to, where it used to be a real tight knit bunch of people. Do you find that problem now that you've grown so much, or do you still have your regulars that you recognize?
Well, I had that's a great question. So I've done a couple of videos on my view of niching down, which I don't believe in niching down. I'm a polymath, so I've got a lot of different interests, and so I ran up against, do I follow my analytics or do I follow my heart? My analytics say do YouTube videos only for people that want to start a YouTube channel. So my videos that aren't about that, they're on a different topic, like being a full-time caregiver for my wife, or how to make right decisions. Those do not do as well. So if I follow the analytics, I dump all of that. But the core of my audience, a lot of the best responses that I get back in my videos come from those videos. They're less watched, but the engagement in terms of leaving messages is higher and more heartwarming. So I'm sitting there thinking, well, am I going to follow this trend and do that, or am I going to follow my heart? Well, since I'm doing it part time and I'm not looking at building a big business or income, I said, well, I'm going to follow my heart. And my heart wants to inspire people to start a YouTube channel, but I want to inspire older people or anybody on some of the things I've learned in life. So I've broadened my horizon, and I'll just do videos that I feel my viewers will appreciate, the ones that are trying to start a YouTube channel, and the ones don't give a flip about starting a YouTube channel, but need to decide on what to do with grandma when she's now in the rest home, and what do I do next, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's a tricky balance, isn't it?
Yes.
Between because I've heard a lot of creators say that as they grow, and especially once they're monetized, there's almost this pressure to create based on what they know is going to do well as a video, as opposed to what they want to make. And I guess there is some merit to that if your goal is to make ad revenue, whatever it is. But at some point, you have to say, well, that just becomes a job, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that's the challenge. Anybody that is going to be dependent on YouTube or social media for an income, to replace a full-time income. Some of our friends that we know have done that,
Yeah.
and I respect that. But you approach YouTube a lot differently if you have that kind of a pressure. I don't have any pressure for income. I have all the income I need. It's nice getting this extra income that I'm getting because I'm monetized and they have some sponsorship deals and affiliate stuff going on. But I don't need any of that. If all that stopped today and I wasn't monetized, I'd keep doing exactly what I'm doing. I wouldn't change anything. So a lot of it has to do with where you are in life, what your goals are, what your needs are, and that's going to determine how you approach YouTube. And it's a lot harder if you need to replace your income through YouTube, selling products, selling courses, or whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah. I've started doing helping people one on one, that as a coach, and it's a really fulfilling experience. But I can only imagine that people like Ty, who does it full time, and he's just mentioned that he's got a lot of income pressure. I can only imagine just how difficult that is, and it changes the game completely for YouTube. But let's not let's not really beat around the bush. I mean, a lot of people start YouTube because they think it's going to be a good source of income. For many people, it can be, but it isn't the norm, is it? Most people who set out with that intention don't ever get to the stage where they thought they might. Has it, with 30,000 subscribers, a video nearly approaching 500,000 views, have you experienced like life-changing money?
No. Uh, I am making money from AdSense, anywhere from $300 to $500 a month, and I have some other things going on. But again, uh, the money is really not the issue, and the pressure of having to make money. I've had a job. I used to have to sell my PR services, so I feel like I'm a salesman, selling my services to get a client contract. I've not wanted to do that on YouTube. It's a different kind of pressure. I've got people that I do coach, but it's very limited. I only coach people that are between 70 and 90, and I got a waiting list for them, and I want to coach them one at a time. And so
That's amazing.
I'm not going to build a big coaching practice. I'm doing it more, to help older people get online and get over some of the challenges of it. Money is always an issue. I think my recommendation to most people is this: you need to, if you're going to start a YouTube channel for whatever reason, but especially if you're going to be replacing your income, you need to take 6 months to a year just to get familiar with what's going on, just to build trust with people. Alexa Saranoia is a good example. She started her school about the time that I started my channel and was involved with what she was doing. And she replaced her entire salary in 6, 7 months. But she's a go-getter. She's in her what, early 40s or 30s, whatever. Sorry, Alexa. I don't know how old you are, but she's full of energy. I mean, she's got enough energy for 10 people.
Yeah.
And she's upfront about what she's doing, and she works hard. I mean, the lady works hard. So if depending on what you're going to do, and set broad goals, make it, get monetized in a year or 2 years, build your channel, build trust, build community. Then you won't be disappointed. Don't quit your
Yeah.
day job too soon.
No, that's that's good advice, and I think it really comes back to the fact that for most people, doing YouTube should be about the experiences, the people you meet, and the enjoyment of the platform. Personally, even and that's as somebody that does have a part-time business from the platform. I think that that's the most important thing. Just enjoying it because, well, that's just my opinion. I guess I could be wrong, but
So you haven't asked me an important question, and that is, what is my biggest joy on YouTube?
well, I was going to get to that. I mean, that was my next question. So,
Oh,
what is
okay. Oh, you're funny.
what is it about YouTube that you enjoy the most?
I've always enjoyed mentoring and helping people all of my life. And my biggest joy is to help new creators, people who are either unknown or people who for whatever reason they have value in their channel or in a video. So I even have a playlist on my channel where I include people that have got 5 or 10 subscribers. I put their video on that playlist and recommend people to go watch new creators. I love giving shout outs to people. I see Ty is on here. I'm a big fan of Ty. And giving shout outs to him and to other people that I can help them build their community, build their channel, build their reputation, especially the ones who I really trust. I really trust Ty, Kevin Kobe. I really trust. There's just a lot of people, and so shouting out brand new people that are unknown and people that I really appreciate. That's my biggest joy, and see those channels grow and become healthy.
Yeah, that's amazing. Honestly, that's such a noble cause. I have to admit that helping people overcome challenges is something that I've always enjoyed doing, and that perhaps is why the the style of video or the niche that I've picked resonated with me. It's definitely an enjoyable experience. And by the way, Ty sends his thanks to you for getting. He said he's had so many subs from your channel based on the shout outs that you've given him. So that's a bit of gratitude there from Ty.
Hey, thank you,
And
Ty.
Tracy kind of agrees with what we said, that she's grateful that she can do it for fun because she doesn't need to do it for money, which
Yeah,
I think that's awesome.
yeah.
It absolutely is. And while we're here and Ty's here, I just want to make a mention to his school community. You'll hear me and Mike talking about that tonight because that's where we met. And that is indeed where a lot of the people that have been on this live stream with me, where we met also. Um, if it wasn't for that community, I don't know if I'd still be on the platform. So if you're struggling as a YouTuber, or if you just want to reach out with similar like-minded people who get it, check out Ty Myers' channel, and in his description, he's got a link to his school community. It's been an amazing resource for me and dozens of other people. So he doesn't sponsor this live. I just wanted to give a shout out because it's been so helpful to me. So Mike, I know you've enjoyed being on Ty's community as well, haven't you? It's
Yeah, no, it's there's a lot of communities. I belong to several of them. He has the best community for what I would call not a brand new YouTuber, but somebody who has a YouTube channel. They want to grow. Uh, the people that are a part of that channel are interested in growing. I mean, the wisdom. The nice thing is, if you have a question, you post it in that channel in the school. Chances are Ty is going to sit down and shoot a video just for you as an answer. I mean, he does amazing things. I don't know how he does it, but no, it's the most beneficial school group I've had the privilege of being a part of. Yes.
yeah. Well, like I said to you, I've almost forgotten that there are other communities on there because I joined school to join Ty's community based on Naz's recommendation, if you recall Naz.
Yeah.
And I just haven't felt the need to join any other one because
You, you
it's
don't
been
you don't
everything.
really need to.
No, I know. So, you know, a lot of us on YouTube, it can be kind of an intimidating place to be, and there can be a lot of self-confidence issues, a lot of self-doubt, and it's not really a topic that a lot of people want to talk about, but it's something that most of us face. Have you ever had to deal with any criticism or negativity in your videos, or has it all just been really positive?
Well, I have over 7,000 comments on my videos, and I've had 2 or
Wow.
3, 4 negative ones. I don't blow them off. I engage with everybody, and some of the negative people I've been able to share and turn around and have a healthy exchange with. I think that you have to have somewhat of a thick skin to get on YouTube. You
Yeah.
have to believe in yourself. You have to be well grounded in who you are, and you have to learn to not take things personally, even though sometimes they seem personal. And it's one of the byproducts of being out there. You're putting yourself out there for anybody to take a shot at. in terms of a comment anyway. And some are not as wonderful as others. I've been fortunate that most of them are, and I appreciate that a lot. But I think the key is you simply need to believe in yourself. If you're an insecure person outside of YouTube, you'll be an insecure person on YouTube. If you're maladjusted before you get to YouTube, getting on YouTube isn't going to get you adjusted. you know, I forgot who it was. It might have been Alex or uh, one of the YouTube creators cracked me up. He said, if before you get on YouTube, you need to know who you are. If you don't know who you are, get a therapist and figure out who you are first. That's what he
Yeah.
said.
Can you still hear me? Oh, there we go. My camera
Yeah.
had a bit of an issue. No, sorry. Yeah. So as you were saying, Mike, if you're not sure who you are,
Yeah, well, yeah, he said if you don't know who you are before you get on YouTube, that's not going to help. If you don't know who you are, go to a therapist, figure out who you are, and then get on YouTube. That was
that's
his
great advice.
advice.
It's great advice. Having said that, there are. I think that having a YouTube channel, if you manage to push through and have a little bit of humility about yourself, and I think there's a lot of people that have been able to push through self-doubt and self-confidence issues to the point where it's completely changed their life and enabled them to be more outgoing where they were introverted before.
Yeah, could
You
be,
know,
sure.
it's definitely an amazing platform of all different types of people. So when you started, I bet you never imagined that you'd have a video hit nearly 500,000 views or 30,000 subscribers. I think we've touched on it briefly, but what does success mean to you now, and has that changed since you had your version of success?
Well, success is when a video touches one person and
I
that
love that.
one person's life is changed in a positive way. For me, that's a successful video, even if it's only got 5 views or 500,000 views. Uh, my desire is that people are encouraged and inspired. Since I'm not playing the metrics game or the analytical game in terms of numbers, that just came along on its own, and I think that. Yeah, you can look at my channel as successful from the metrics standpoint, I suppose, but there's a lot of other people that are way more successful and have way more things. But the measure of success, unfortunately, for a lot of people, is in dollars and cents or simply in subscribers. I've got two or three messages I've saved from people who were on the brink of a crisis in their life, and my YouTube video avoided that or got them through it. I mean, that means more to me than just anything else. It really does.
The fact that you've been able to do that from your living room or whichever room in the house it is, uh, across the internet around the world, it's just incredible, and it's a testament to the platform, really, isn't it, Mike?
Yes, absolutely. It's a wonderful way to communicate with people and build relationships. And um, like I said, you have to love what you're doing. If you love it, you're going to stay with it, and you'll ride the ups and downs, and it can be wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people agreeing with everything you're saying, so I love that. What is one piece of advice you'd give to anyone now who is maybe struggling a little bit with their YouTube journey or channel? Maybe low views, maybe watch hours, whatever it is. What would you say to that person as kind of like a word of encouragement?
Take a week off, take 2 weeks off. I did that, a couple of months ago. I just took 2 weeks off. I didn't record anything, didn't think about YouTube.
That's
Number 1,
amazing.
that's number 1. Get refreshed in your own heart, your own spirit. Number 2 is, don't become addicted to the analytics. So, a lot of people erase their YouTube studio off their phones so they don't check it all the time. But I think a lot of people get discouraged because they overconsume. I'm trying to get a video released on that topic, that I want to create more than I consume. And we get in a consumption mentality where we're consuming so much information that we have information overload. And I think that I need to shove all the guru advice aside for a minute. Best practice on YouTube is real simple. It's adequate thumbnail, adequate title, first 30 seconds, some compelling content. That's it. That's basically is the four pillars of any YouTube video. And they don't have to be perfect. It can just be, you're sharing your heart, and it'll resonate. Seth Godwin says, I think it was in the book, the Dip, that
Yeah,
you only have to impress your world. Now, it's not the entire world; it's the world of your viewers. You want them to love you, and so you're speaking just to them. Have that in the back of your mind every time you sit down at the camera. And if one or two people watch, or 500 people watch, it's the idea that there are some people that are being affected by your channel, by your videos.
yeah, I love that. So you're going to be bringing out a video, the four pillars of YouTube creation, is it?
No, I'm bringing out a video of the three things I think we're going to need going into 26 and 27. The first thing is create, don't consume. And I look back over this last few months, and I've been consuming more than I've been creating. But so
Yeah,
going forward, the algorithm on YouTube is looking for different things, and I think it's important that we narrow down our mindset to doing the three things that I'm going to share in this future video. If I ever get it done, I've tried twice. I mentioned to you offline I had trouble with my camera, and he'll get out there eventually.
yeah, the problems that we've all faced every now and again, issues with tech.
Yeah.
I think what you say about consuming less and creating more, that is a powerful lesson for most people. I was speaking to a friend recently who felt a almost like an obligation to the people that she knew on the platform to support them and their videos by watching their
Mm.
content. But of course, that leads to a situation where you've got hundreds of hours of videos being uploaded from all these people that you know and like, and you feel an obligation to watching them. And obviously, that's not sustainable. And just speaking to that friend of mine, it really made me realize that YouTube can be too much of a good thing if you're not careful. And consuming too much is a problem that so many of us face. In fact, a lot of the best ideas I've ever had for my content, or the most inspired I've felt, have been through periods where I've spent less time on the platform,
Yeah,
where I've maybe
I
gone 2
agree.
or 3 days without watching a video, and then all of a sudden I'll have an idea to create, you know? It's
Yeah,
I think we can sit there watching videos till the cows come home. It's not always gonna be a good thing for us.
I agree 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So what sort of content are you into, Mike? What do you like watching?
Well, I own recreational vehicles for most of our life, so I watch several channels that feature people that are traveling. I like travel logs. So that's one section that's kind of in the entertainment area. I do have about 20 or 25 gurus that I usually watch their videos when they come out. And that's what I'm going to stop doing for a month in November. I'm not going to watch any more gurus, but I will continue to watch some of the ones that are outdoors. I can't go outdoors as much as I used to because I'm full-time caregiver for my wife, and so yeah, that's kind of what I consume. I don't watch a lot of TV. I watch sports and that kind of thing, but yeah,
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Well, there's so much choice, and you can easily spend all day on YouTube. I'm just going to go back through the comments here. If you've got any questions for Mike or myself, then please do put them into the chat. I have been neglecting the audience somewhat because this is always about the guests that I've got on with me. So thank you for your patience. If you've asked a question and I haven't got back to you, it's not because I don't like you. It's just because Mike is more interesting at the moment. But Mike, is there anything that you wanted to touch on today while we're here at all?
Oh, I think that going into the end of the year, I think this is a time that you should start thinking about the last quarter of the year, making plans for 2026. I think it's a good time to do a channel audit, your own audit. Go back and watch some of your own videos, kind of make notes on where you can make improvements. We're coming up to the holiday season. Those of you that are monetized and have affiliates, you can probably take advantage of some of that. There's usually an uptick in traffic during the holiday season. It drops off in January. So this is a time to kind of think through what kind of content you want to put out and how it may resonate with your viewers, and then prepare to start 26 with a downtick when everybody is going to the gym. Gym memberships are up, YouTube is down in January.
Yeah, I think
But
our friend Mohit's going to have a good January, isn't he, with
oh
Gym Over
yeah,
30?
he's got such a great channel. I just absolutely, got my kettlebell right over there.
Have you really? Yeah. Funny enough, I've also been working out with kettlebells more since I've been speaking to him. It's definitely put a worm in the mind thinking about that
Yeah,
now.
there you
So
go.
yeah, it's interesting what you say about the commercial side of things around Christmas, especially if you monetize, because I've heard that YouTube pays more for ads around Christmas as advertisers. The competition for advertisers increases because they want to get their product in front of the viewer,
Yeah.
but also the affiliate side, you're going to get approached by more and more people. I've been approached by several brands I haven't been interested in working with, but I think that's a good opportunity for a lot of people as we approach the holiday season, especially if you've already built an audience.
Well, I am an Amazon affiliate, and it's doing really well right now because of one of my videos. And they have a lot of opportunities. And once you're on the Amazon program for a while, they will give you offers where you can get bounties and bonuses. And so, just my bonus income alone from last month was $200, not counting just the sales of the products. You don't get a big percentage off of those, but I met the benchmark goals for product sales, and they reward you for that. So it may seem like an afterthought, but it's good. Sign up for Buy Me Coffee, the Amazon, and any other affiliates that you would qualify for. You don't want to leave money on the table unnecessarily.
Yeah, I did that even way back when I had about 50 subscribers. I signed up for an Amazon affiliate link or program, stuck a few links in my description, just the equipment that I use that I think's good. And I mean, it's not a lot, but probably making $50 a month out of that. And that's ever
Yeah,
since I had 50 subscribers. So if there's anyone out there that isn't doing that,
yeah,
um, it's well worth doing. Definitely consider that as
yes.
a source of monetization well before YouTube starts paying you. Um,
But to answer your question, from here on out, November and December, we're in the last quarter, October, November, December. This is the time to spend, get by yourself, maybe, uh, think about the future. This is the end of the year, and it's a great time to analyze where you've been, where you're going. That's what I would recommend.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a really good message for everyone there. We've got a couple of questions here. Ricky's asked a question that I'm going to answer really quickly because the answer is no. And I know your name's not Ricky. I'm sorry, but you'll always be Ricky to me. I can never remember your real name. How can yeah, you're just Ricky to me, unfortunately. But the videos that we watch on YouTube have absolutely no bearing on the algorithm with regards to the videos that we make
Yep,
basically, and that's a common misconception, I believe.
yep, absolutely.
Yeah. And then Tracy has a question for you, Mike, and this isn't something I can answer. I think, well, are you watching the game tonight in the World Series? Totally off topic, but she can't wait.
I have totally reorganized my entire day. Here on the West Coast, the game starts at 5 p.m. I will be glued to my television rooting for my Dodgers. So,
What
yeah.
are you talking? What is it? Please tell me. This naive, ignorant English man. What
Oh,
are you talking
this is
about?
the World Series of baseball, Jay. I don't expect you to understand that, but yeah, no, it's the World Series, the Toronto Blue Jays against the Los Angeles Dodgers. It'll be an exciting series. The Blue Jays really came back in a dramatic way. It was really exciting. I was kind of rooting for Seattle because I got family up there, but they didn't quite make it. So yeah, I'll be watching it. Tracy and I, we can do it together. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So what is it? Baseball is like cricket with a round bat, right?
Oh, you English guys. I don't know. Doc Martin's the only English guy I really know.
Yeah, no, I just got a bit of love there from not Ricky, who said he enjoys all the guests that I've had on. He's watched all of them. He has as well. He's been commenting on all of my videos on demand recently, which I really appreciate. Oftentimes, by the end of the stream, it turns into just a real nice hangout with the audience and the guest,
Yeah.
and I really have come to appreciate it. It's a great experience, and I've never actually done a live stream by myself. I kind of chickened out when I first started. I said I'm going to go live. Naz, will you come on there with me, hold my hand, so I don't have
Yeah.
to sit in front of the internet alone? And he did that, and ever since then, I've done it more or less weekly, and I've had so many interesting people on here. So if you're ever interested in coming on for a chat about your YouTube journey, do let me know. I'm always open to being joined. And let's have a look through what else have we got here.
Yeah, I, I
Yeah,
I I love doing live streams. I only do them once a month. I do them on the last Friday of the month. I have a technical problem because of my branded account. I can't use StreamYard or Ecamm, so I have to do them in the YouTube studio, which is a little bit of a disadvantage. But I still love them. They're a lot of fun, and I'll be doing one on the 31st of this month. My live stream.
why can't you use StreamYard?
It's a problem that they do not automatically recognize my old me channel. It's a brand channel of my main channel, and when the brand channel was set up, they gave me an automatic email, and I didn't know that. I didn't know what I was doing, so that automatic email doesn't show up. My old me living email is the one that should. There's a work around it. I can use one of those keys to do it, but if you use a key to do it, then you lose the features of putting like you're doing, putting comments on the screen. So it doesn't
Yeah.
seem to make any sense. One of these days I may work it out, but right now, so far, I haven't. I've worked with Ecamm, Spreadshop, not Spreadshop, Ecamm, and the StreamYard, and neither of them could solve it for me.
That's a real shame. I use StreamYard just because it's simple for the guests. If I was to do it by myself, I'd probably use OBS. But getting guests in with OBS for me has always been a bit of a challenge. I know. I think Ty uses OBS, but it just
Now, I
never
do,
worked for me.
OBS was above my pay grade. Hey, it's free, so that's great. But man, it was complicated. I thought.
Yeah, no, it is a good sister. It is a good piece of software if you iron out all the kinks. You mentioned a brand account. What benefit did that have for you when you changed? For a lot of people might not know what that is.
Well, a brand account is an account that's tied to another account, and YouTube
YouTube
allows.
account,
I'm sorry.
a YouTube account, right?
Yes, a YouTube account.
Yeah.
And so, if I had to do it over again, I would have set up a separate channel. But the advantage is you can put all of your channels under one AdSense program, Google AdSense. So you don't have to have separate payment accounts. So that's an advantage. But you need to watch a few videos on setting up a brand account. The other advantage, probably the main advantage of the brand account, I could invite you to come in as as a manager of that account, and you could do everything except close the account down for me. So
Yeah, yeah,
I can have somebody else help me on that account. You can't do that on a regular main channel account, but on a brand channel, a brand account, you can.
yeah. I'm fairly sure that's how Think Media does it, and vidIQ, because they've got several creators working under
Yes.
one brand name,
Yeah.
which I guess there's a lot of benefit to that. Um, do you think that it's worth it for most people to do? Because I personally didn't. I took the choice not to do it, and I also heard that when you do create a brand account, it deletes your comments. Is that something that happened to you?
Excuse me. No, that
No.
excuse me. That did not happen. No, I'm choking on
Okay.
my coffee.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, well, I've had you talking for an hour now, so thank you for putting up with me
No,
waffling.
I'm enjoying it. No, I there may be some disadvantages to a brand account. I found a couple of them. I think the advantages are good, but you just need to know what you're getting into when you get involved with it. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. No, like anything on YouTube, it's probably going to be a bit of research for people to look it up if they want to.
Well, it's all the unknowns. Everything you do, I apply the 10x factor. If I think it's going to take me an hour, it'll be 10 hours. If I think it's going to take me one day, it's going to take 10 days. At the very beginning, I had too many things on my plate. I tried to do everything at one time. And, I've got a Mac Mini sitting over here that I've had for 4 months. I've never taken it out of the box. It takes
Really,
time to set everything else up and do these things. And so I decided to slow down and concentrate and do one thing at a time. That's another good thing. Good advice to new creators are concentrate on one thing. Don't try to start a school. Don't try to do you can gather an email list. That's fine, but don't get involved in the sending emails and funnels and all those different things.
there's an awful lot to do. I've put Ty's comment on there just because I thought it's
Ty,
worth an
you're
ask.
you're too funny. Oh man. Well, at Christmas time, people are always asking me to wear a Santa suit. When I go to the grocery store, I got kids coming up and asking me if I'm Santa. I always tell them, no, I'm his younger brother, but I can give him a message if you want me to.
That's very kind because you could be cruel and say yes, I am, and you're not getting a present.
Yeah, right. I could do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be me, mean old man. But
So maybe Ty is suggesting I should wear a costume when I do my live stream on the 31st. I'll have to think about that.
maybe go for it. Yeah. Well, oh, Nenaz just joined us. He's another guest on this live stream with me a few weeks back. He's got a great channel, makes drum and bass music. So if you're into that, check him out. Hi, Nenaz. Nice to see you. So yeah, Mike, I just wanted to say thank you really for being here. I promised you it'd be an hour. We're coming up to that moment. You've answered all of my questions extremely well, and you've given me a lot to think about. Is there anything that you want to end with, that you want to say to everyone? Anything about YouTube, life itself, any wisdom from old Mike for the audience?
Oh, I think at whatever age you are, accept where you're at. Don't try to be somebody else. Take it one day at a time. Believe in yourself. Read the book by Simon Sinek, the Why book. I think that may be the most important book that any YouTuber can read. If you don't know your why, you won't be able to figure out your purpose on YouTube. And I think that's really important. So those are my sort of parting thoughts, and love what you do. That's important.
That's perfect. It's a perfect way to end. And thank you once again. And I know that we'll keep in touch through Ty's community. And it's been an absolute pleasure. So thank you for joining me. Thank you
Thanks,
for everyone
Jerry.
in the audience. As always, incredibly grateful to have you with me. And I hope you all have a great weekend. And I'll see you on the next one.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Well.